morning from beautiful Busan. I want to head to a place called, I think it's called Gamcheon village. It's like this colorful little village up in the mountains on the outskirts of town. But before that, between here and there, I think there's a seafood market or something like that, and it's quite early. It's a bit chilly right now. It's just above freezing. But you know, seafood markets usually best visited early, and I can never get up early, but it's 8ish. And maybe that makes it a good time to visit. So let's go downstairs, get some coffee, and walk over there. The nice thing about Korea, if you drink coffee, I would say wherever you are, or in big cities, within 5 minutes there's probably 24 coffee shops, and almost at any price point. Yesterday I had a cup of coffee which is what, $3.50, so like a typical Starbucks kind of price, and this coffee is 1,500 won, which is 1,500. It's like $1, which is really cheap. I don't know if it's good, but you know, coffee for $1, I'm not complaining. So this is, well, near me is the main walking street. Christmas seems to end quite late in Korea. It's January, what, 17th, 18th, and there's a few places where you can still see Christmas decorations, which seems quite late. But I think the shop is, or the market is somewhere up here. There's this shop. They sell almonds, all different kinds of almonds, like honey almonds, cookie and cream almonds, wasabi flavored almonds. They're really good. I'll buy a couple of bags on my way back because I remember these from my last trip. So there's one thing in Korea, well, I've only been to 2 cities, but in 2 cities I've been to, they all seem to have these underground shopping malls, commercial areas. And I'll show you one right now because I need to cross the road, and you know, it's the best way to do it. But it got me wondering. You know, I thought initially it was because it was, you know, too cold. So in winter maybe this provides a good place to, you know, a good refuge from the cold. But that doesn't really make sense, because if you go to Japan, I feel like you don't see nearly as many of these. And you don't see them in a lot of other cold countries too, I feel. I've not been to many, but that's my impression. So I wonder maybe if some of these are built to be like bomb shelters in time of need. But they're huge, and they go, I don't know, it feels like they go for kilometers, and nothing's open now. Oh, look, I think the market, yeah, I'm coming close. Jalgalchi market, that's the place we're looking for. That's fixed. So yeah, if somebody knows, do tell me, because you know, it could be that these are dual use. You know, like when you see places with very deep subway stations, I feel like often they were built with like bombing in mind. Okay, so it seems like there's a building, but there's also an outdoor section too. I might have a look in the building, but I think the outdoor section is probably more interesting, right? We'll go inside and have a look too. Wow, so this is just turned off. The market's back here. But this is, I guess, where the well, these must all be fishing vessels, right? I guess? Is that what fishing boats look like? I can see they have nets. It's quite nice with the sun. octopus. Maybe they have different sections. I made the right choice. They have heating inside. It's not very warm, but it's much warmer than outside. I think a lot of these places they can cook it for you. Yeah, there's a raw fish market upstairs, so you could buy a fish and have them process it for you. Which I might do later. I'm not such a big fan of seafood, but a restaurant with a view. But who's gonna eat raw octopus at 8 AM? Not me. Oh, they have the same menu. They have the same menu. Jackie seafood. So the sliced raw octopus and the oysters. The 20,000 won a portion. Small portion, which is £10. Which is a lot for something I don't really... It's a bit weird to me to be eating raw octopus. I'm sure if you're someone who likes to eat seafood, then it's probably quite a reasonable price. But I wouldn't eat it if you paid me. I've seen, you've seen the videos of like the octopus that are still half alive. They're so fresh. They, cut them and they're still moving. Yeah, I'm not eating that. I'm gonna stick with barbecue. So that's the Jalgalchi fish market. I think it would be good to come for lunch. I think it's open. It's not just a morning thing. Maybe there's more fish in the morning because the fish have to be freshly caught. But I think you can come for lunch later in the day or maybe in the evening, because all of these are, well, I don't read Korean, but they're restaurants, I can guess. And so you can choose your seafood and have it cooked for you there. Not my thing, but I'm sure some of you watching do like to eat seafood. Now I'm gonna head back to my hotel because I discovered I have too much bare skin and it's getting quite cold. And then I'm gonna head over to the cultural village.
이번 정류장은 남포역 옛 시청 교차로입니다. 다음은 남포동입니다.
So the bus to get here doesn't take very long, 15 or 20 minutes. And on the bus they made an announcement. They said, change here. This is one of the prior stops. Change here for the tourist bus to Gamcheon. I decided I'm not going to do that. I'm going to walk. I can walk. I think I made the wrong decision. This is... I don't know if you can see from the video. Sometimes it's hard to see, but this is crazy steep. It's like you're really climbing, you're not just walking. So I think I'm gonna start filming when I get hopefully somewhere close to the top. What I understand, if you've ever seen a map of the Korean War, you'll see there was a lot of back and forth, in terms of who controlled what. And the losing side, the North, the communists, whatever you want to call them, at one point they controlled most of the peninsula, apart from Busan. And this place, this village, became a bit of a place for refugees. A bit of a more like a favela kind of place. But people, I've seen people call this like Little Santorini or Machu Picchu, but I think a favela would be a more accurate description. And it's only in recent years that they've decided to, you know, spruce things up and make it into a tourist site. So let's have an explore. Wow, does look quite nice with all the colors. Maybe, I think, we can go for a walk around here. You know, I'm quite mindful that I don't want to walk up too much. So, you know, I wanted to mainly be walking down and not going up and down, because, you know, that's going to be quite tiring. But it's nice and quiet, you know, but I think this is, it's perhaps one of the most popular tourist destinations in Busan. But just in the few hours I've been in Busan, it seems like, maybe it's the season, it's not packed with tourists. It's not like Seoul. When I was in Seoul, even at the same time last year, it was busy, lots of foreign tourists. Here, not so much. There are a few, but it's not packed with tourists. I think I want to go up here. So I've got to walk through these narrow streets, and then once I'm at the highest point, hopefully I can then just walk my way down in one go. Follow the yellow brick road, I guess. You know, I see a lot of, I think most of the people living here are the people who don't have businesses. They're elderly people. You know, you have to think they're probably very fit. They gotta walk up and down this every day. You know, people struggle with stairs in their house. Okay, I think I came to the right place. It seems to be like the commercial street where the souvenir shops are. I'm looking for the Little Prince, which is a famous place people take pictures here. He looks like that. He's a character from some book by a French guy. I've not read the book, but maybe he's up here somewhere. This story, the Little Prince, he left his planet and came to Gamcheon country village. The fox as well, but the fox is broken. Look at this little coffee shop. And the view. Very nice. It's starting to get a bit busier. Now it's just gone like 11:30 and windier as well. So I'm gonna head down, and I've got my gloves so that my hands don't fall off. Let's go back down into the city and find something to eat. This is much easier. So on my way to, well, looking for something to eat, I passed, I had to go down into one of these underground shopping mall, commercial places. And this one, you know, all of the shops are selling art. And I think up ahead somewhere there's a book street or something like that. So I want to check that out and hopefully find something nearby to eat. I'm gonna guess this is the book street. Maybe down this. I hope it's not up there. Yeah, I'm not going up there. Hopefully. Bosudong Book Street. It's just this narrow alley here. I wonder if they have anything in English or if it's all Korean. Have a look. It's interesting to see the old magazines. So apparently it was started, well, the bookshops here were started originally by refugees. This looks a bit dated, right? Started by refugees from the Korean War. Because apparently Busan was the capital, you know, when Seoul had fallen, Busan was the capital. And so people came here to start bookstores and other businesses. And some of these businesses are still open. I feel like in Korea I see a lot of flea markets seem to be a big thing here. Markets in general. A lot of things seem to happen in markets. And these are retail markets, I guess. It's not like some of the markets in China where you have to buy, you know, a container load of stuff. This market is like there's no theme. So you're selling like clothes for elderly ladies, and then there's the food section right next to each other. I think it was like this in Seoul. Handbag next to the dried fish. Deep fried crab, chicken, shrimp. I don't think this place is open, but they sell. What do they sell? Fish cakes, maybe. It looks like fish cakes or something like that. Maybe some tofu, but it's self-service. So there's nobody to take your money. It's the honor system. You should pay using this machine, I guess. And I've seen a couple of stores like that, like unmanned stores where you're just expected to pay yourself. And it's not like they have high-tech surveillance. Maybe they have a camera, but like it seems like people will pay. You know, people are not going to take advantage, which should tell you something about society, I think. You got the pork belly, which is traditional, I think. I like all the small dishes. The lady, she took my hand and she physically put it on this thing, because if you don't, it jumps up. And the room will get smoky, I guess. So, Haeundae, I think I'm pronouncing that right, Haeundae Beach. It's about 30 minutes by train, 1 hour by bus from the place I was staying earlier. It's quite far. Busan's a big city. But this is supposed to be the new part of Busan. So I think if I head down this, what would you call this? This street, this corridor of lights, I guess it looks quite nice at night. then I should find the beach. But immediately here, the first thing that hits you is like there's a lot more tall buildings, so it feels newer. But I don't know if that means it's better, or if it means, you know, like it's too sanitized. We'll have a look. This, I guess it says Haeundae Traditional Market. I have to come back here in a second. And this guy sitting behind, these are, I'm pretty sure they're tarot readers. I don't know what it is, the obsession with tarot readers. But I saw yesterday, like late at night, like, you know, elderly ladies, you know, like maybe 60 years old, and they're sitting in these little plastic booths with tarot cards like laid out on the table, ready to do a reading. So it seems to be a big thing here is to have your fortune told. And I don't know why Christmas never ends in Korea, because it's the middle of January. Take the tree down. Lots of tall buildings here, and this looks a bit like Dubai. I mean, it's crazy. I didn't know there were so many tall buildings in Busan. Let's have a look at it. Go and stand by the ocean. You can definitely see why, if you're Korean, you know, when the weather's a bit nice, or even now, you come here on holiday. It's nice. The beach is clean. It's about, I think they said it's 1.5 kilometers, so it's fairly big. And then, you know, all here is accommodation, and you know, right now it's amazingly cheap. And I was fully expecting to come here and it'd be so windy, and the audio for this video will be terrible. I'd be like freezing, but it's not like that. It's great. Looked it up online, you know, why there are all these lights in Haeundae Beach, or this area. And apparently there's a light show, so let's check out what the light show is like. Very festive. We're gonna walk past the tarot ladies. This place definitely feels a lot more touristy than the place I was at this morning. But yeah, it's 5,000 yen to have your fortune told. I wonder if my camera will start flickering. I'm not sure, but let's walk up ahead and see what they have. Day 2, and there's one thing that I wasn't sure about before I came. Some people say Google Maps doesn't work in Korea, which is not true. It does work. For public transport, it seems to be fine. You can get from one place to another, and it'll tell you the bus, where to change, you know, all of the useful things. But one place where it does fail is it won't give you walking directions. So this morning I'm trying to go to a temple called, what's it called? It's called Haedong. Actually, it's up on the sign there. Haedong Yeonggongsa is the name of the temple. It's a little bit out of town. It's about, I think it took 30 minutes by bus. And the area is quite, you know, there's an IKEA on the way here, and there's like Lotte Disney. It's not called Lotte Disney, it's called Lotte World or something like that. So that gives you an idea of the kind of place we're in. We're not in the city center. But yeah, so Google Maps, you know, told me what bus to take and where to get off, but how to walk to the place, you can't help. So I bought a coffee so I could ask for directions, and hopefully it's not too far. It's an oddly specific pagoda. Traffic safety prayer pagoda. I wonder why they need to be so specific. I guess this is the gate. Haeundae Longgongsi, Haeundae Dragon Temple. Buddha of granting a son. And I guess people have been rubbing his belly. Ladies wanting a son. Is there a Buddha of granting a daughter, I wonder? Despite the fairly empty road, there's still quite a lot of people here. It's not packed, but lucky coin divination. You can see all the coins. Well, I don't know if you can see all the coins, but people trying to throw coins. So you pay 5,000 yen, which is, how much is 5,000 yen? Okay, it's like $2-3, I guess. And then you can leave your wish here. And then this is an underground, what would you call it? Cave. But there's a well here. And apparently you can drink the water. But you can see, I don't know if you can see, there's a Buddha in the back. You can drink this water, and they say please don't throw coins in it. Ah, okay, maybe they use this to drink. So this morning I went for a run. You can run all the way along here and then along the coast. There's like a path that goes along the coast, and it's quite beautiful. There's also a train that runs there too. I think it's called the Green Line or the Blue Line. I forget the name, but there's a sightseeing train that runs during the day. It wasn't running this morning because it's a bit too early. Before I came to Korea, you know, I think Busan wouldn't be, you know, it wasn't really on my radar. It wouldn't be one of the top places I wanted to visit if I came to Korea. But after having visited Seoul and Busan, I have to say that was kind of the wrong decision. Busan should be the first place you visit, especially if you're looking for like more of a vacation kind of atmosphere. Seoul is decent too, but I would put it after Busan in terms of places for tourism. So yeah, if you are thinking about coming to Korea, come to Busan.